Hello all, and welcome to this lesson on converting percentages to fractions and decimals. Okay, there's 4 examples to have a go at, so perhaps you pause the video here, have a go, and then come back when you're ready. Okay, welcome back. So the first one, and it was 50%. Now, you probably know already that 50% means a half, but if you want to show it more formally and understand why, this is the method, okay? You should know that percent means out of 100. So 50% means 50 out of 100. And then you can simplify this fraction, in many ways. You could divide by 10, then by 5, or hopefully you spot, though, these are both in the 50 times table. And how many 50s are in 50? 1. How many 50s in 100? 2. So that's why it's a half. That's the fraction done. For the decimal, again, you should know really that 50% is 0.5. But if you need to know why it works, remember that this blue line means divide. So if you do 50 as well, divided by 100, you should know, move 2 to the right, you get 0.5. Okay, so it's a half as a fraction and 0.5 as a decimal. That's an easy one, but example 2, maybe slightly more challenging. Okay, so 35% means 35 out of 100. And then I noticed this time, 35 and 100 are both in the 5 times table. They've got a factor of 5. How many 5s in a 35? 7. How many 5s in 100? 20. So in its simplest form, this is 7/20. Okay. For the decimal, 35 divided by 100. And you should be able to do this from previous years. Move them 2 to the right, it's 0.35. So the fraction 7/20 and the decimal is 0.35. Next one, 42%. Again, 42 over 100. This time I spot they're both in the 2 times table. They're both even numbers. So 42 divided by 2 is like half of 42, which is 21. And half of 100 is 50. So it's 21 over 50. And then for the decimal, again, divide by 100. Move 2 to the right, 0.42. Last one then, 24%. Again, 24 over 100. And I suppose if you were struggling here, you could notice they're both even. So you could divide them both by 2 again. And half of 24 is 12. Half of 100 is 50. But then you might notice that 12 and 50 are both even. They're also both in the 2 times table. So divide both those by 2. And how many 2s are in 12? 6. How many 2s in 50? 25. All right. I wonder if some people did it in one step, because what you could have done, if I just show you underneath so I don't make it too messy, what you could have spotted as well is that these are both also in the 4 times table. So you could have done it in one step. You could have divided by 4. And how many 4s are in 24? 6. How many 4s are in 100? 25. And you get the same answer. But it doesn't matter. You can take 1 step to get there, 2 steps, 3 steps. It doesn't matter as long as you get there in the end. And that's for the decimal. I'm sure you know by now, 24 divided by 100 would be 0.24. And done. Okay. So for the main task now, they're all here. Lots to have a go at. So pause the video, have a go, and come back when you're ready for the answers. There is also a challenge question on the next slide, so that'll be after the main task answers. Okay, welcome back. Here's the main task answers. I've had to squeeze them all in, sorry, so excuse my handwriting. Hopefully you can read them all, but I've done all the simplifying down there for you, all right? and the answers as well in decimal form. Here was the challenge. And here is the answer. There was 39 of them. So that's actually 39% out of the 100 numbers from 1 to 100. Okay. And then here comes the checking question. So maybe pause the video here, have a go, and then come back when you're ready for the answers. Okay, welcome back. This first one should be straightforward. 36% means 36 out of 100. I think I'll go for one step here. They're both in the 4 times table. How many 4s in 36? 9. How many 4s in 100? 25. And the decimal, 36 divided by 100, is 0.32. I don't think so, sir. 0.36. Sorry. Job done. Fraction decimal. Easy. And then number 2, I think it's working backwards. So they scored 16 out of 25 on a shortened times table for life test. What would their percentage score be? Well, I hope you know by now that to make a percentage, the denominator of the fraction must be 100, because a percentage is always out of 100. So if I do this, you should know from our equivalent fractions work. How did work out the missing numerator? How many 25s are in 100? Well, 4. So I've done 25 times 4 to make 100. And if you times the denominator by 4, you have to times the numerator by 4 as well. And 16 times 4 is 64. And so this person scored 64% on the test. Job done. All right, so thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. See you soon.